Captured in glory.
The hand of God will lead you. The power of God will strengthen you. The favor of God will uplift you. The mercies of God will protect you. The goodness of God will make you laugh. Anything that may happen, it is going to be your will, oh God. What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, what has not entered into the heart of a man, may God show you. I put a divine permission of God in your life to override any evil. Any evil in your life, you will override it. You will be above only and not beneath. This is the year that God will carry you on eagle's wings. I said in this month, God will carry you on eagle's wings. The God that knows your limits, He will take you beyond limits. May God put aside the economy of the country you live in. And may God instill in your life the glory economy. The God that makes 5 loaves of bread to feed 5,000. I introduce you to that God. Let businesses be blessed. Let families be blessed. Let families be blessed. Let children be blessed. Those who are writing exam, let them be blessed. Those who are looking for a job, let them be blessed. Those who are looking for increase, let them be blessed. Those who want healing, let them be blessed. Those who want wisdom, let them be blessed. Those who want strength, let them be blessed. What God has deposited in your spirit before time began, it will begin to break out. The thing that He spoke about you before time began will begin to break out. What is written of you in the volume of the books is going to come out. The world must benefit from what the God of the world put inside your spirit. I said nothing can stop what God is about to do. The breakthrough is going to happen not by might, not by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord. Can you say, show me your glory?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is Captured in Glory with your host, Apostle Charles Hackman, the lead pastor of Fire City Chapel, the headquarters of heaven, Accra, Ghana. Be blessed. Captured in Glory. Previously on Captured in Glory.
Once you have done the duty, you must have the blessing. But there is an in-between. It's called wisdom. Without that, you will do the duty and you eventually say, oh, this thing doesn't work. Giving to God doesn't work. Going to church doesn't work. It's not even worth it. Me, I'll even go late. I mean, what? It is only in your life, oh. Because for some of us, it's working. It is working. It's only in your life. Don't say that, oh, we don't see. No, say, I don't see. A blessing does not mean that the problem won't come. The blessing is we defeated them. It will come. Weapons shall be fashioned against you, but it will not prosper. Therefore, because God will make sure you will always have clothes to wear, because God will make sure you will always have food to eat, because God will always make sure you have shoes to wear, because God will make sure that whatever comes against you, you will defeat it. Therefore, keep the words of this covenant and do them. When you do them, this is what is going to happen. You will deal wisely. In other words, wisdom will contact you. Wisdom will contact you. Dealing wisely is a major problem of believers. We can be anointed, but the wisdom part. The problem is the wisdom part. We can hear God, but the wisdom part, ability to interpret the tenets of the command as He has spoken it, is important. We can't even get it. It doesn't work. The wisely. I have to do this job. I am tired, so I don't want to do it. Are you wise at all? The ability to deal wisely. I have to go to this place. I went there the first time and there was nobody there, so I won't go again. Really? How is it that somebody will serve God faithfully, man of God, with all their heart? They would not contravene any word of God. They will not go against anything God has said. They will be submissive. They would give their offerings. They would give their tithes. They would give everything. They would worship God with all their heart, and yet be poor. Is it possible? You should say yes, because we know that. It's possible, but then it's wrong. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't happen that you obey God and then you lack. So there's an error somewhere. How can you perform the duty of responsibility and not get the blessing of responsibility? The missing link, sisters and brothers, is the wisely dealings, ability to deal wisely. You can have ears to hear, but not have the heart to perceive. Tonight, as you hear me, may the Spirit of God come upon your life. May you have eyes to see. May you have ears to hear. May you have ears to hear. May you have ears to hear. And above all, may you have a heart to perceive. You will understand. I said you will understand. I said you will understand. You will understand. Can you say, I receive it?
Captured in glory.
Can we move it a bit? Luke chapter 15. Let's move it. Luke chapter 15. I actually want to do from verse 25 down to the end. But the story begins from the verse number 11. If you would indulge me, I would read from verse 11.
Yes, sir. Why not?
It's a story of what we call the prodigal son. But you see, man of God, most of us haven't read the story. Or we have read it, but we didn't have eyes to see. I'm going to read the whole story, and tonight, by the Spirit of God, give you eyes to see, ears to hear, and beyond that, the heart to perceive, ability to understand. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? And he said there was a certain man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the part of the property that falls to me. And the father divided the estates. Let me tell you so that you can read it. Okay. He divided between the 2 of them. Okay. Now let's read it. Now that I've opened your eyes. And he divided the estate between them. We cannot call this guy prodigal. He is not. One of the major things we learned last month in the duty of responsibility is that God never says no. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. That is the principle divinity was employing. God never says no. The younger person comes and says, divide the thing. I have heard preachers talk about the fact that it was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. The father didn't say it was wrong. The father didn't, you must have the heart to perceive, to understand the thing. The father didn't say it was wrong, so it was not wrong. First of all, let's look at it. If it is wrong, then the father should have rebuked the son. Number 2, if it was wrong, he shouldn't have divided it for the 2 of them. He should have just given the guy the one that falleth unto him. Because the guy didn't say, divide your properties between us. He said, give me my share. The father said, you are so intelligent. This is the time. I've been waiting all this while for somebody to come and say this. So finally, you have said it. I am dividing it for the 2 of you. I've prayed for you. You would understand. Look at this, family. What was the situation in the house? You are so intelligent that you have asked the question. And I'm going to answer that question for you. The situation in the house was this. The 2 sons lived with their father. The word father there means source, father. They live with their father, so everything, it is the father that gives it to them. They won't get up to do anything except the father has said it. They will not do anything except the father has said. That is the kind of house they were living in. Remember that this parable is talking about God and us. So the father is God. We are the two sons. We live in a church community, a church age, that we think God must give us everything. The first lesson we learn is that you must ask, and it shall be given unto you. Give me the property that falleth to me, the one that is mine. Give me. And the father said, you are so right. And he divided the estate between them. The next verse tells us that when this division happened, they lived in the house for a while, handling their estates. It means that the father was not angry. The father was okay. The only problem was that once they were still in the house, they couldn't do much with it. If the father is in the house and you are also in the house, you can't do much. Man of God, I'm raising preachers in this house. I'm raising leaders in this house. I'm raising people, business people in this house. I'm raising people who can give to God in this house. But I'm here. I give more than anybody in this church. Hopefully I preach better than anybody. My point is that once the sun is there, the stars must go to bed. Do you know that sometimes people who are not intellectually astute think that the stars go out and then the evening they come? The stars, no. The stars are always there. Stars don't move. The only reason why stars vanish from the sky is that the sun came up. A greater light. The only it's a little intelligence, just a little intelligence. You don't have to go to school plenty, just a little. The only reason why you can see the stars is because the greater light left. That was the situation. The father was in the house. He has divided the estates, but they can't do anything with it. So this young guy again had the sense to take his portion and leave the house. Problem was that he wasted it. The wastage was because he didn't know how to deal wisely. He didn't know how to deal wisely. He should have left the house, yes, but he should have kept the communication with the father so that the father would instruct him, the father would oversee him, the father would manage him. That is the right thing to do. He didn't do that. But because he has done his duty, the father gave him the blessing and he wasted it. That was the problem. That was the problem. I really don't want to talk about the guy who wasted everything. I want to talk about the firstborn. Move me to verse 25. So the rest of the story says that the guy goes out, he wastes it, he's now in luck, he decides to come back, and he comes back, and the father is so happy, and the father throws a party for him. And the brother, the elder brother who has been in the house, is coming back from the field. He is still working for the father. He is coming back home, and he hears a lot of music. The older son was in the field, and he returned, came near to the house, and heard music and dancing. And having called one of the servant boys to him, are you following me so far? He began to ask what this meant. And the servant said to him, your brother has come, and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has received him back safe and well. But the elder brother was angry and resolved not to go into the house. He is angry not to go into the house. Because of that, his father had to come out. And the father was pleading with him. The father was begging. The father was pleading, begging. In the midst of the father begging, the elder son said, "Look, these many years I have served you. I have never disobeyed your command. I've been a Christian. I've been faithful. I have never disobeyed. My classmates are chasing men and women and other things." Family, here is the most serious thing in this whole thing. He says, I have never disobeyed you. I've never sinned. I have never disobeyed you. I have served you. Every morning and evening, I'm in the house of God. I'm doing the work of God. When they say people should give, I'm the one giving. When they say people should come, I'm the one coming. When they say people should go, I'm the one going. When they say... Here is the pain. Family, here's the pain. After serving you, God, so well, after doing your will, after keeping the commandments, the duty has been done. Where is the blessing? You have not given me yet. You never gave me so much as a little kid. That is baby goat. Aponcheba. You have not given me even a baby goat that I might revel and feast and be happy and make merry. Yet you never gave me. You never gave me. Did we read the first part? Lift your hands and say, I receive wisdom. Say it again, I receive wisdom. One more time, I receive wisdom. Show us your glory, Lord. What is the problem of this guy? It has been given you. I'm showing you what we do in church. Can you say, show me your glory again? Show me your glory. He had the eyes to see what was given him. He had the ears to hear the father say, this is yours, this is your brother's. The heart to perceive. How to understand your days. How to understand your favor. How to understand the things that God brings your way. How to understand the people, those that will come against you and you must defeat them. Those that would... How do you understand it? The duty begets the blessing. He has served. He has performed the duty. He has been responsible. He has been responsible. He has been responsible. Even still now, he is coming from the field, working for the father. The little brother has abandoned the father. We all are members of this family. All are members of this church. But some of us come for weekday services. And covenant services on Sunday. Some of us, we only come on Sundays. Oh, obviously, you know that the blessing won't be the same. Huh? The painful part is that when you have paid the price and you are still lacking, you can be angry because the one that just came in. The one that just came in is getting the blessing. Party is being thrown for him. And he is angry so much that he won't come in. He is angry. And he tells the father, you have never given me. Look at it. How was life in the house? It was the father giving them. If the father doesn't tell them, get up and go and look for a job to do, they won't go. If the father doesn't tell them that you are growing old, get married, they will not. I know most of you by now are asking, when is the old man closing? Tell somebody the old man ain't finished yet. Family, listen. Listen to me. The duty begets the blessing. Don't perform the duty and waste the blessing because you couldn't deal wisely. You couldn't deal wisely. The thing has been given you. God has already finished. There are people on earth whose major prayer topic is to get a car. It's okay. It's okay. That is what they want. The only thing is that they should not get angry when somebody builds a house. Just to be sure you are not angry with me, high five somebody by you and say, I will be responsible. I will be responsible. I will be responsible. I will be responsible. One of the days, somebody came here to a covenant service, and you know, covenant services will light up the whole stage, right? So the person came in and saw the thing and was like, hey, I saw you. Hey. So then I was thinking, so is it only the things of the devil that should look good? When God has already finished and it is left to you to do the duty and get the blessing, you decided that for you, the church you will build is going to be in Tabo. First of all, it's not wrong, family. It's not wrong. I'm not looking down on anybody, but I'm telling the entire world that don't be angry. I will be responsible. You have decided that you won't pay the price, you won't perform the duty. You would only do the one that will get you one dress, one shoe. Don't fight me when I have 7 dresses and 7 shoes. Don't fight me. Let me finish reading. My time is almost up. Let me finish reading it. I'll come back and talk about it. He said, yet you never gave. I have served you these many years. I have never disobeyed you. I am a faithful Christian. I am a faithful believer. I pray when I have to pray. I fast when I have to fast. And yet, God, you have never given me a little breakthrough. Look at my situation. You have never come through, God, so that at least me and my friends, we shall be happy. But when this son of yours, who has devoured your estate with immoral women and you have killed for him the fatted calf. 31. Family, this is the saddest scripture in the Bible. The father said, son, when people didn't want to come to church, you were always in church. And everything I have is yours. The saddest scripture in the whole of the scriptures. He says you never miss a church service. Never. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Yes, sir, sure. The eyes to see, the ears to hear, the heart to perceive. Can you lift your hands and say, show me your glory? May God show you his glory so that your eyes will see what belongs to you. May God show you his glory so that your ears will hear what is for you. May God Almighty show you glory so that your heart will begin to understand. By morning, you will understand. By afternoon, you will understand. By evening, you will understand. Can you lift your hands and say, show me your glory? What is yours will not bypass you. You will not waste what is yours. You won't serve God faithfully and be in lack. From tonight, we rebuke the spirit of ignorance. We rebuke the spirit of ignorance. May the scales fall off your eyes. May the blindness be gone. May the blindness be gone. I said, may the blindness be gone. Everything that makes you not to deal wisely, from tonight, may God have mercy on you. And may God open your eyes to see, open your ears to hear, open your heart to understand. Do you receive it, family? The father said, you are always with me. I won't go too much into the Greek, but you see that word son there. It's not the one we have as matured person. This son is what the father says, child. But at the beginning, when he said that a man had 2 sons, it did not talk about child. A man had 2 matured people. But when the man couldn't deal wisely, the father calls him child. Child. How can you serve God with all your heart and be locked within the remits of babyism? How? How does that work? How does that work? The thing that God has for you is yours and he has given it. Not that he has hidden it. He has given it to you. Why can't you understand? The problem with this guy was a belief system. Belief system. When we have doctrines, philosophies, decrees, dogmas, and certain... You see, here's the thing. Those things are laid down principles in church. There are theories that church runs by. I think whether or not is there is the father that must reign. The father said, I have divided the estates for you. When certain idiosyncratic things are definitely worrying you, it is not everybody. These are doctrines bereft of understanding. No understanding, no revelation. God has given the thing. They are seeing it, but they can't get it. He says, you've been with me. Everything I have is yours. I did not need to give you a little kid. You could have just taken it. What the scripture is saying is that I am God, I never say no. You could have decided the responsibility and taken the blessing. For me, I have decided to build a city for God. Somebody wants to give a child to God. Somebody wants to give an offering to God. Somebody wants to be holy to God. I want to build a city for God. Don't be angry. He says, you have always been with me. You have performed the duty. You were not like those who were in church and doing other things. You have been faithful. Those people, they know that they won't get anything. They know. So when things are going bad, they know. Of course, outwardly they will say they get it, but they know inside them. They know. The story we are talking about is for those who have been faithful. Can I move it just one more step? My time is up to close, but just one more step. You see, here's the thing. We are not talking about a lazy man. No. Man of God, there is a place where people are in church, but they are lazy. Blessings have been released, but they are lazy. They won't do anything. That is not the story. This is what we call forceful guy. The guy is forceful. He is just coming from the field. He has his father still alive and he is working. So tonight we are not dealing with the lazy. Maybe another time we'll do special prayers for those who are sitting in church and they are lazy and they don't know what to do. They don't want to go and come and the blessings of God are sitting by them and they are not doing anything about it and they're just looking at it and nothing is happening. We are not talking about those people. We are talking about forceful people. This guy works hard. He works hard. He has fulfilled the duty. We spent 1 whole month talking about the duty. Now the blessing has come. He is not wise. When people were abandoning God, he was faithful to God. When people won't sacrifice so that the work of God will go on, he sacrificed and made sure the work of God will go on. When something had to be done in church, he made sure he was there to make sure that God gets the glory. After the duty, there is a blessing. And it takes wisdom to appropriate the blessings, because wisdom is what becomes the stability of the times. Without that, you are unstable. You will be unstable. There is no level of aggrandizement that God will say that you should not have. There is no level. Anything that you want, God says, you have been with me, all I have is yours. You are fighting over half plot. How does that work? A faithful Christian. How? Faithful Christian. You see, tonight we are not talking about those who are mojo. You know mojo? Those who are not warm, they are not hot, they are not cold, they are not hot. You can't prepare tea with them. You can't prepare Tom Brown with them. Rice water, it won't cook. That's not the kind of people we are talking about. This guy is forceful. Family, it is painful. You see, it's understandable when you are not forceful. You are just in the church. You came because they said we should come. If things are not working for you, you are. Tonight, the first part of the blessing of responsibility, I came for those of us who are faithful to God. Those of us who have served God faithfully. We are loyal to him. We will sacrifice anything for him. Those are the people that God is looking for. But we must deal wisely. We must deal wisely. Don't just sit in the house of God. Choose something big and be responsible for. Don't sit there and say that you are waiting for God to give you something. God doesn't give marriages. Get up and marry. God doesn't give cars. Work hard, get money, buy it. God doesn't give house. You see, otherwise you will sit down and say, God, I am hurt. All I have is yours. All I have is yours. You are sitting there worried about somebody who didn't do this thing, somebody who didn't do that thing. You think that is why you came to the house of God? Just one more time, high five as many people as you can get. Tell them I will be responsible.
Send your questions and comments to our social media platforms, Wordfire Generation Ministries, and we will do well to respond promptly. Call us on +233 550 507 077 or send a mail to info@wordfiregenerationministries.org. Visit our website www.wordfiregenerationministries.org for more updates on sermons by Apostle Charles Hackman, the lead pastor of Fire City Chapel. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this has been Captured in Glory with your host, Apostle Charles Hackman, the lead pastor of Fire City Chapel, the headquarters of heaven. God bless you. Captured in Glory.